What is up guys, Soul here back with another Season of Mastery video. So Season of Mastery is quite literally right around the corner. Like, look around your closest corner right now and you will see a shade of Season of Mastery just lurking around. And with the launch of Season of Mastery being so close, I want to talk about the changes being made in Season of Mastery, just to give you guys a quick update on everything that's going on. And for those of you who haven't been keeping up to date on all of the news, well, this video right here will provide you with all the information you need to know about. So hey, let's just get into it. This very obvious change for Season of Mastery is the leveling speed. This is probably the first thing you will encounter when playing the game, and to break it all down very easy, quests now give 40% increased experience, and dungeon quests and elite quest gives a further 7% increased experience to incentivize actually grouping up and doing the more difficult quests. This change will also incentivize actually doing quests instead of mob grinding, which I think is a good thing for the game itself, but that being said, some mage farmers will probably disagree. Next up, raiding in Season of Mastery will be a lot different than classic WoW. First off, world buffs are completely disabled within raids, meaning that some classes, or I guess all classes, will deal less damage and speedrunning will take more time due to less damage. Next up, all raid bosses and raid trash have had their health doubled. And last but not least, there's new raid boss mechanics. I have already made a video talking about all the changes to Molten Core, and a couple notable changes are Ragnarok's despawning after 1 hour, giving you a specific kill time window, and if you don't kill him within that hour, you have to wait until next week to try again. Baron Geddon also has some fancy new mechanics, leaving AoE damage on the floor during his AoE attack, as well as under living bomb explosions, and he also dashes out 3 living bombs at a time instead of 1. Rogue pickpocketing has also been nerfed to help combat pickpocketing bots, specifically in Blackrock Depth, and we now have a thief debuff that is applied to your character after pickpocketing 10 mobs in a row, which prevents you from looting anything valuable from pickpocketing for 30 minutes. As of right now, this debuff seems to only be for Blackrock Depths, as that was a popular pickpocketing botting location in Classic WoW, but it might get applied to other locations as well. The debuff can also be reduced by 5 minutes for each mob kill you do inside the dungeon, meaning real players can still make some gold with this, while bots will have a more difficult time. Mage boosting is nerfed in Season of Mastery, as a lot of dungeon mobs have gotten specific buffs that are aimed at making mage boosting more difficult, and essentially even impossible. First off, at a certain point after being pulled, the mobs will become immune to stuns, snares and slow effects, which prevents you from slowing them down. A little bit after that, roughly 1 minute into the pull, the mobs will also get increased movement speed, meaning if you plan to do a huge pull inside a dungeon, the mobs will eventually catch up to you. These buffs also applies to bosses inside dungeons, so Maraudon has been heavily nerfed, but specifically soloing Princess Theradras is still doable both for hunters and warlocks, but that being said, it is slightly more difficult. One more thing that will discourage mage boosting is that players who kill a creature while in a group with someone who is significantly higher level than the creature that was slain will now receive significantly less experience, making boosting in general a lot less lucrative, and it's essentially not going to be a thing. There's also no debuff limits on bosses, meaning some classes will now be able to take advantage of their full class toolkit, such as warlocks being able to use all of their damage over time effects. We also have summoning stones. Achieving rank 14 will be even faster in Season of Mastery than it was in OG Classic WoW, as the bonus honor received has been doubled, and you can actually achieve rank 14 in 6 weeks. Blizzard have also made some changes to Herbalism in Season of Mastery to accommodate for the increased demand for consumables, such as increasing the availability of Plague Bloom, and also making it so Black Lotus has a small chance to drop when gathering any high skill herbs, while also keeping the original Black Lotus spawns. They are also increasing the availability of elemental fire, elemental earth, and elemental water, and you can now get elemental fires, elemental earth, and elemental water randomly when gathering herbs. For example, gathering sungrass has a chance to give you elemental fire, which is once again a change they are doing based on the increased demand for consumables, which is based on more difficult raiding content without world buffs. We also have hardcore support in Season of Mastery, allowing players the option to turn on Soul of Iron, which can give you some lucrative achievements and titles upon reaching level 60. The hardcore challenge is basically an Iron Man 1 to 60 challenge, and we have official support for it in Season of Mastery, which is one step closer to having actual hardcore servers. Diamond Flasks for Warriors has also received a new spell ID, which is speculated to be a nerf to the Diamond Flask, making it no longer stack with healing gear. Now that we've looked at some specific in-game changes, let's also look at some general things for Season of Mastery that you might be interested in knowing. Season of Mastery phases will roll out faster than in Classic WoW, and we will have a new phase roughly every 2 months, with 6 phases in total, and Season of Mastery is expected to have a 1-year lifespan. After Season of Mastery is finished, you will be able to transfer your Season of Mastery character over to any Classic Era server. Dire Maul will be available in Phase 1, giving a lot of classes some really good gear options that are equal to, or in some cases, even better than Molten Core gear. Spell batching is also removed in Season of Mastery compared to OG Classic WoW, and this will provide a smoother gameplay experience this time around. Oh yeah, one more change I forgot to mention, and this one hasn't really been communicated a lot by Blizzard, as I couldn't find any words about it other than a stealth change in the open beta, and that is the fact that level 40 mounts now will cost you 50 gold in total instead of 100, so 10 gold for the training, and 40 gold for the actual mount. The cost for the 100% mount at level 60 seems to be unchanged though. With all of the changes coming to Season of Mastery, I'm sure I also missed one or two, so feel free to let me know in the comments down below if there's any changes I did not mention in this video. Honestly, I'm getting more and more excited for Season of Mastery every single day, and the communication from Blizzard has been absolutely on point with all of the updates they've been making to the Season of Mastery open beta, and I can't wait for the launch itself. Before I end the video, I also want to let you guys know that I've made and published my own gold making guide for Season of Mastery, containing all of the gold making strategies and gold making secrets I have, as well as 38 different gold farms and 36 items to invest into to maximize your profits, as well as class specific gold farming advice and profession recommendations to make as much gold as possible. Since this is my first time ever creating and launching a product, I'm both excited and nervous about it, so make sure you hit me up with your feedback on it if you do decide to purchase it, and keep in mind that you can get 50% off by using code Solheim at checkout. The feedback on this guide has been absolutely mind-blowing so far, and I'm so happy you guys like it. So with that being said, I just want to thank you so much for the support lately. I hope you're as excited for Season of Mastery as I am, and I also hope you enjoyed this video. If you did in fact enjoy it, please take the time to slap a like on it. It helps my channel out a lot, and I honestly really appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe for more Season of Mastery content. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.